What's going on, guys? Don Marino here, and today I got another review for you. Today I'm reviewing the AC 1200. It's a NETGEAR Wi-Fi adapter for a computer, and just jump into it. So a little bit of a story on why I decided to pick up this adapter. I had been using a cheaper, like $10 adapter when I had bought my computer, and it had been working okay. And then I decided, I wanted to start streaming, doing some YouTube stuff. So I started researching into, adapters and seeing if there really was a big difference between, like a $10 one and this one, which is like a $50 adapter. And after doing some research, there's a big difference. You're paying 5 times as much, but you're getting more than 5 times the performance out of it. And I'll show you guys that later. But I just wanted to go over this guy real quick and some of the pros and some of the features that it comes with. So one of the cool things about this adapter is it comes with a base of its own, and I found that the base itself, when plugged into the base, you get better Wi-Fi from it. And I don't know if that's because it's underneath the desk when it's plugged into my computer, or if it's just above, or for some reason the antenna just works better. It also has this flip up antenna to give you extra range, which I think is great, and the WPS button, which is always cool, an easy way to connect to your internet. So like I was saying previously, there in tech there seems to be this sweet spot, price to performance wise, and it's like, at the $10 I was spending, I was getting what I needed. I was getting internet from my router, and that was okay. However, if you want something heavier, if you're doing gaming or if you're doing anything like that, maybe you're uploading video, or you are streaming and you can't have an Ethernet connected to your router, I think this one is really the sweet spot. This one at $50. There are more expensive ones from NETGEAR. They have the Nighthawk ones, which are about $70 to $80. But I think this one's good for what you're getting. You're getting the dual band, so you're getting the 2.5 and the 5 gigahertz bandwidth, which I think is good. And between those, the 2.4 you're going to get up to 300 down, and the 5 you're going to get about 900, which, unless you have some beast internet, like, that's going to be plenty for you. You're not going to need any more. This will handle everything you need. So one thing I like about this is it's not too big, and it's got a good design. So on your desk, it's not going to stick out that bad. It's going to look okay, and you can always put it under the desk and just connect it straight to the computer. However, for me, like I said, having it up above the desk and connected to the mount was the better option for me. So there's not too much to talk about with this one. Like I said, you're going to get the dual bandwidth, and you're going to get plenty of, connection and internet out of this. Your down is going to be, like I said, 300 for the 2.4 and 900 for your 5 gigahertz bandwidth, which is plenty unless you have, like I said, some crazy good internet. So I just want to go ahead and show you guys real quick a test between the two different ones. The old one I had, the $10 one, and this $50 one, and show you why it's worth spending the extra money and why this one is kind of in that sweet spot right there. So let's go down to the computer real quick. I'll show you the test between the two, and I also want to show you the difference that's between the USB 2.0 and 3.0, and why you really want to have an open 3.0 port for this one. So back down to the computer, I wanted to show real quick the differences in the speed test. So the first one I have here is going to be just the NETGEAR Wi-Fi adapter. It's going to be on a 5 gigahertz network. They're all going to be based on 5 gigahertz because that is the fastest network that I have, and they are all going to be sped up. So the first one, as you can see, is going to be kind of our baseline based on what this adapter will get. As you see, it gets 66 up and about 8 down, which for the range that I'm getting my Wi-Fi from is actually very good, and I'm very happy with that. Then next, we have the cheaper Wi-Fi adapter, and as you can see, this is why I was saying that this one is a sweet spot, because the cheaper one will get you internet. As you can see, it gets about 2 up and a little bit less down, and this will be good enough for some very basic internet browsing. I have noticed with this cheaper one, it does get better the closer you get to the router. So let's say I was about 10 feet from the router, I would get much better internet. However, Usually we're not always going to be quite that close to our router, and if we are, we'll just be tethered at that point anyway. And the final one is just going to be showing you guys the difference between the USB 2.0 and 3.0, and how when connected to the 3.0, you really do get that better speed. So with the 2.0, we drop all the way from about 65 down to 15 down, and the same up, but the down is the one that's really affected when it comes to the USB 3.0 and it being able to transfer that data into the computer. So now we'll go back up to the video and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So as you guys can see, the $10 one versus the $50 one, this NETGEAR one right here, it crushes the other one. You're getting more than 5 times the speed on my 5 gigahertz bandwidth, and it's worth the extra money. It's worth saving up and buying this if you're doing anything, like I said, gaming wise, if you're streaming, if you're doing anything that requires anything more than just scrubbing a 1080p video on YouTube. Now for that, it works fine. For that, if you know that you're not going to be doing anything super intensive on your computer and you need the bare bones internet and you need it for as cheap as possible, I'll link this $10 one down there. So I really appreciate you guys watching the video and checking it out. And along with this adapter, I have a Wi-Fi extender. So if you're also having the problem with your Wi-Fi not reaching far enough, I'm going to throw that video right here, and I would definitely check that out. That's going to boost your speeds quite a bit. And like I said, if you're at a range where you're losing like 50% of your bandwidth, that's going to help out a lot. So if you guys have any Wi-Fi adapters that you'd suggest me checking out or looking at, throw them down in the description. I want to check them out. And until I got something else to review for you guys, thanks for watching.